my name is Wissam. I am one of the founders of iHome Future. We are a certified KNX training center, and we've been doing training and support for smart homes since 2015. We've been in this business for almost now 7 years. Our vision is mostly to have the smart home technology everywhere. This is our vision. And to do this vision, we took the mission to facilitate the technology to all our partners, our system integrators, and they can do the implementation themselves. We have centers in UAE, you have centers in Cairo, in Egypt, and we have some projects in the Gulf area itself, like Saudi or like Bahrain, Oman, and Kuwait. We have also some projects in some areas of Africa itself, like Kenya and Ghana. And our business model is a business-to-business model, meaning that we do support companies, system integrators, and we empower them and support them during their projects. We give them support using the training, using on-site support, even sales support and technical support. We also give them the products, and we give them the needed knowledge and needed material in case they have a project that they want to implement or even that they want to attempt. We are also working with wireless smart home using Z-Wave technology. We are a member of the Z-Wave Alliance. We are also a certified KNX partner and a certified KNX training center as well. We have under our umbrella around 12 to 15 brands that we use together to create what we can see as a very integrated and very complete smart home solution. Of course, smart home evolved since then until our time being. So the big thing that we can see is now a very small thing and even can be a cloud-controlled devices. But what is the definition of a smart home? There is no specific definition of smart home, by the way. So it's all working or talking about controlling the central devices by some sort of artificial intelligence, or controlling the central devices or the devices at home by a remote way, or monitoring the devices at home. Actually, the smart home definition should allow all of this together. So if I have a smart home, I should be able to monitor everything in the house, not only by cameras, but also I can see the environment of the house. So I can see the temperature, I can see if there is any kind of smoke or even gas leakage. I can see if there is a door or window open or not. I can see if someone is moving in the house or not. I can also monitor the appliances, which lights are on and which lights are off. I can also see the status of the devices in general, like the AC or like the appliances at house, or of course the heating. I also should be able to control all of this remotely and also be able to do some kind of scenarios or scenes or routines. So I can ask the house to do something in case of something happened. As an example, if someone opened the door while nobody at home and did not enter the proper PIN number, then it should go into an alarm mode and give us a siren or even an alarm on the mobile that maybe there is a burglar at house. And this kind of scenarios also should be doing. So what we can see as a main, let's say, definition connecting them together is this one, that you can monitor and control, and the control can be local or remote, conditional, and do conditional macros, which we call routines. Okay, and we can do this, and also there is an option that you can do this by self-learning. So some systems now will learn about your routine and then start telling you about suggestions. So if the system can find that every day I'm leaving the house around, let's say, 9 o'clock in the morning, turning off the AC and turning off the lights, it will start telling me advice that I can make this as a routine. So if I forget to do this, the system will do it automatically. Okay. Of course, you can program the system to do this by yourself. Also, the system can suggest you to give you some scenarios, automated scenarios, and then it can be created automatically by the system itself. Okay. This is mostly or very briefly the definition of a smart home. To connect those two devices together, mostly you have two major solutions or two major connectivity ways. It's either wireless, so those devices and those sensors that are controlling or monitoring the environment in your house, they can be controlled together using a wireless technology or a wired technology. If you're talking about wireless technology in general, then in both areas, you always have something called proprietary, where you have something that is not an open standard, something that is close to itself. As an example, some companies are doing devices that can only be connected together. They don't allow to be connected to other devices. In this case, you are bound to buy all the devices from this company. From my point of view, I see this is not the perfect way, because now you are under the control of this company, under the control of this technology. Imagine you have a TV that will only connect, let's say, to a speaker from the same manufacturer, okay? And it will only work with a remote control from the same manufacturer. And it can only work, let's say, to a PlayStation from the same manufacturer. So in this case, you are bound to this manufacturer. In case the manufacturer goes down or had the problem with supply chain, or the local integrator is not good, you are not in luck, because you cannot change it now. You have to replace everything. So in the wireless and also in the wired, you have this. And then you have open systems. In the wireless systems, you have Bluetooth, you have Wi-Fi, you have Zigbee, you have Z-Wave, and all of those are open systems. So companies are doing devices to connect, to be controlled and to be connected using one of those, the Bluetooth or the Wi-Fi, Zigbee or Z-Wave. We'll not talk about the difference between them today, because we do this in our smart home wireless technology course. But today we'll focus only that you have wireless in this area, and you have the wired. The wired is also has a proprietary one. So some companies are doing their own technology. And as we said before, let's avoid this. And we have KNX. KNX is the open standard for wired home automation. Let us have a question. When should I choose wireless and when should I choose wired? So I have a project. Should I choose wireless connection or wired connection? In the wireless itself, you have to choose carefully, because some technologies are not that good or are not suitable, let's say, for big projects or medium even projects. To cut it short, if you are going wireless, my advice is always go to Z-Wave. And if you cannot afford Z-Wave because it's a little bit expensive, then go for Zigbee. Avoid using Wi-Fi or Bluetooth unless you have a small project and there is no, let's say, anticipation for expansion. So the project is not going to be expanded. But if you are looking for expansion, then go for Z-Wave. And then if the budget doesn't fit, then you can go for Zigbee. In general, to choose between wireless and wired, in case the project is first, if the project is already finished, I mean it's a villa and people are living there and it's already done, okay, then there is no way to do wiring. The wiring will be very hard to be done now, because you have to break walls and to change decoration. So you will have to go wireless. So if the villa is finished or the project is finished, then most probably you have to go wireless. But if it's still under construction, then you have the ability or the choice to go for wireless or for wired. The choice of wireless and wired will rely on some things. If for small and medium projects, you can go for wireless or wired. For big projects, you should go for wired. Okay, it's if you still, of course, have the luxury to do cabling. So for ready buildings, you should go for wireless. Small projects and medium projects, you go for wireless. For wireless, you can have a smart 3D concept, smart home ready concept, meaning that you don't have in the wireless to install everything together in one shot. You can install, let's say, start with controlling lights and the AC in the house, and then later you can add devices to control multimedia or to check about CO levels or gas levels. Okay, so you can start with few rooms and then you can add more rooms because it's wireless. You don't have to do everything on one shot. In the wired, you should at least plan for everything in one shot. So you should put everything that you need to control in one shot. So the budget should allow this as well. If you have a system that you want to integrate with other system, like you need to integrate with a GMRS system, like in a hotel, then the wireless has solutions for that, but it's mostly tailored because it's vendor dependent. If you go to KNX, then KNX will allow you to do even bigger projects. So if the building is still under construction and you want to go for wired, You go for wired in case of big buildings, okay? Complete buildings, like, 12 floors, 60 floors, even higher. If you want to go for commercial buildings under construction, then you should go for KNX, because KNX is an open standard. So meaning that there are more than 500 KNX members producing and manufacturing devices that work under the KNX association umbrella. So if I buy a device with the trademark, with the mark KNX, I know that it will be integrated with other devices that bear the same mark, even from different manufacturers. So I can buy a device from Siemens and integrate it with, let's say, a device from ABB, with a third device from Gira. Okay, all together work under the KNX umbrella. So I go for KNX in case of commercial buildings, medium to large projects, of course, all under construction. If there is a tender or a consultant in the project, then most of the consultants for now, they prefer the wired ones, and they prefer KNX because this is a worldwide standard. So in case you are going to a tender, or there is a consultant in the project, then most probably you'll have to go with KNX, unless the provider or the consultant is looking for wireless, and is looking for wireless, then, as I told you, you should go for Z-Wave or Zigbee. Okay, KNX also software and visualizations already has integration with guest management systems, with BMS systems. So it already has integration with many systems that are being used in commercial and the residential big buildings, as an example.